Hello, my name is Anu and I make videos from the province of Alberta in Canada. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I made fufu in 3 healthy and colorful ways. I mean, colors are everything. Color is life. And if we can incorporate this into our swallows, I mean, what's there not to gain? So if you want to see how I made this, follow me to my kitchen.
Meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
The first type of fufu that I'll be showing you how I made is the carrot fufu, and it is orange in color. I mean, color is, if we can eat our colors, then we're eating healthy for the most part. And 1 cup of carrots actually has just 45 calories. And yeah, I'm using 2 cups of carrots here. So I have basically I cubed 3 carrots, and then it made up to 2 cups of carrots. And then I'm using fufu powder. You can use garri powder, cassava flakes, or whatever swallow powder that you have, but I'm using fufu powder. And then I'm also using 3 cups of water. So 3 cups of water, and this is basically what I'll be using for all 3 fufus. Yeah, I just said fufus. For all 3 swallows. Yeah, and then so the first thing to do is to boil the carrots. So I'm pouring that into a pot, and then I'll be adding the water, and then just cover it, put it on the stove to boil. You can boil it for about 5 to 7 minutes, or until the carrots are soft. You know how you blend you boil and blend carrots into a puree? Yeah, so boil it for that long. And yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe please, and thank you. God bless you. So after boiling the carrots, I blended them, you know, so you can just blend it in your blender or blend it in your food processor, or you know, whatever you use to puree your carrots. Typically you can just use it. And then when you're putting the carrots in the blender, also add some water so that you can blend it. That's the reason I added 3 cups of water. Yeah, so I just wanted to ask, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are, you know, having a wonderful time wherever you are. You know, the Bible says in Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5, Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5 says, "For he had said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee." This is the B part of that verse in the Bible, and this just reminds us that whatever you're going through, whatever it is that you have or that you don't have, the best knowledge ever is knowing that God is with you. He's by your side every time, every step of the way. God is with us. So this is what the carrots look like after blending them. It's like a puree. I mean, this in itself is like a meal for babies. You know, I know that they feed babies. When you're weaning babies off breast milk, you can feed them with carrot puree. So you know, that's a tip right there. So in the remainder of the water that, you know, we used in boiling the carrots, you know, that's why the water is a little colored. You know, it's the remainder from the one that I used to boil the carrots. I'm going to reintroduce the blended carrots back into the pot, and then just stir it in. I added some water to the blender to rinse it, you know, just because I don't want any carrots to waste. So the water that you'll be seeing me pour into it is the water that I used to rinse the blender. And then you just stir it, and then cover it to, you know, heat up a little bit, just because I added some cold water, so I just wanted it to heat up a little. You know how you let your water boil for before you add your swallow powder. So now that it has heated up a little, I'm adding my fufu powder, and I didn't even use the full cup of that fufu powder. I just used like 3/4 of the fufu powder, but add as much as you want, or until you see the consistency come to what you like. Some people like their swallows soft, some people like it very hard so they don't get hungry fast. But yeah, and then mix it together and then add a little water and then cover it to steam, just so that the fufu can cook. The carrots are cooked already, but we want the fufu to cook as well. So add a little water, cover it to boil for a few minutes, like 2 to 3 minutes is okay, and then you see that it would have firmed up even more, like it's even more malleable. Now you can mold it better. Now look at that consistency. It's like, yeah, and it's orange, it hasn't lost its color, it's as colorful as, yeah. And I mean, you will not even know that you're eating carrots, but you're actually eating carrots. For those who don't like vegetables, maybe because I don't know why people don't like vegetables, but yeah, this is one way you can actually eat vegetables. So and then I'm just putting it into a cling film, and I will wrap that up, and carrot fufu is ready. The next type of fufu is the beetroot fufu or purple fufu, and one beetroot actually has 43 to 60 calories depending on the size, and this is what a beetroot would look like. It has green leaves, but this is actually the root, hence the name beetroot. So I'm just going in with my potato peeler. So you can use a potato peeler, which is by far the easiest so far that I know, or you can use your knife to peel it. I just like to peel the skin off, because this is the root and it probably has sand that's ingrained or something. So yeah, I peeled it completely, and then this is what it looks like after peeling. And then beetroots are so unique. They stain your hands with this nice red hue. I mean, you probably don't even need to paint your nails if you want to. They just have this color, very bright and pink, or is it red or purple? I don't know. It's in one color, one family of color. So and then I chopped it up into like small sizes so that it can boil faster. And then once this is cut up, we just pour it into a pot. But before then, I'm just showing you that I'm also adding or using 1 cup of fufu powder again, and then 3 cups of water as well. And so now we're putting it into the pot. So you just add into a pot and then add the water, cover it up and let it steam. I mean, if you're following me on Instagram, you probably have seen this recipe already. Like I do reels on my Instagram page, so if you're not following, follow. And then yeah, but this is like a detailed video. So this is it boiling. Just need to boil it for again like 5 to 7 minutes, or until the beetroots are soft. And then once it is boiled, just add it into your blender and blend once again. And then the reason I'm blending when these things are quite hot is because you just want your fufu or to still be hot and not to waste time when you're turning it on the stove. So but be careful with your blender. If your blender is glass, be careful, or even if it's plastic, be careful. Yeah, but mine can withstand the heat. So yeah, add some water to the beets as well, the water from boiling it. Okay, so add the water Just a few spoons of it is what I added, and then blend it up. And then, you know, once that is blended, we'll reintroduce it back into the pot as well. I mean, look at the colors. So this is the consistency of the beetroot once it's blended. Like I said, just reintroduce it back into the pot. The remainder of the water from boiling it, so 3 cups of water that I added at the beginning, you know, this is what is left from it. And then pour in the beetroots. Once you pour it in, I rinsed my blender again. Like I said, I don't like anything to go to waste. So I rinsed my blender into it, so you know, and that made it that was a little cold water that I used to rinse it into the pot. So I rinsed it in, and then I added the I covered it to let it steam as well. Like I said, the water was a little cold, so you want to bring it to a boil again. Just mix it in and cover it, and then it's boiling now. And you can see that some of the bits of the beets you know, at the top now, you know, from boiling over. So but then I'm just scraping it in so that everything can be inside the water. And then we're adding the fufu powder. I used the whole cup of fufu when I was making the beetroots, and yeah, but like I said, if you're making, depending on how many people you're cooking for, use as much fufu powder as you like. So this was just 1 beetroot and 1 cup of fufu powder. And again, you know, we'll add some water like you would for swallow when you're making any kind of swallow. Once you mix the powder in, you add a little bit of water and cover it to steam so that the food can actually cook. So you know, just 3 minutes, you know, maximum, so that it doesn't burn as well, and on low heat. So you know, and that it's ready. Beetroot fufu is ready. Look at how colorful it is, and it is super sweet. I mean, this is good for like kids that don't want to eat swallow, you know, or I don't want to eat African swallow, you know, maybe the colors are just bland for them. This is a fun way to, you know, make kids eat swallow. And you know, you're giving them beetroot is high in like vitamin C and all that good stuff. Yeah, so beetroot fufu is ready. So for the plantain fufu, 1 plantain actually has 215 calories, but we're not adding any fufu powder to this one. We're just using plain unripe plantain. So the first thing that I did was to, you know, cut off the top and the bottom, and then just slice it up into bits into a pot. You know, I added water and brought it to a boil. So you know, plantain, I'm calling it plantain fufu or plantain swallow because we're not adding any fufu powder, like I said, and this is super healthy. You know, it is unripe plantain, and again, it is just a healthy way of, you know, eating swallow as well. So you know, this is how I prepare my own. You just bring it to a boil after you've added the water, and then because the plantain was it was hot. I had a bowl of cold water, so I'm just peeling the skin off now. So but make sure that before you boil it, you rinse the plantains actually, because we'll be using that water when we start blending. So you know, I'm just peeling the skin off here and then, you know, putting it into my food processor directly. So once you've peeled everything, you just blend it in your food processor like you would use a food processor for your pounded yam, you know, want to boil your yam, you can use it in your food processor, or you can use it in your mortar and pestle to pound it. But I'm using a food processor because I don't have a mortar and pestle at home. And once that blends a little, you can see that it actually has formed into a ball. You can leave it like this, but I just like mine to be a little softer, so I just added a little of the water that the plantains boiled in, and then I'll blend that again. That way it is soft, because when you eat it like the next day or something, you still want it to be soft. Yeah, so add some water from the boiling, from what you used to boil it, and then blend it up, and then it is ready. You don't need to put this back on the pot. You just need to scrape it off from your food processor into your cling film, and plantain swallow is ready. I mean, this color too is nice. It is a light yellow color. Yeah, and it's super easy to make. Just boil your plantains, blend it, and you have fufu. I didn't add any other thing to it. It's just such a healthy swallow to eat. And yeah, if you guys have enjoyed these 3 fufu swallows, make sure to give this video a like. It is super helpful when you do that. Yeah, please like this video. And yeah, this plantain fufu, I'm just wrapping it up here with the cling film, and this is the whole of the 2 plantains that I used. So 2 plantains made this ball of fufu or swallow. Yeah, so fufu is ready, and we have 3. I made all 3 in one day, and like I'm just a fun person, and I tried all 3. I ate all 3. They look like ice cream scoops, like scoops of ice cream. So I'm just adding a little bit of not a little bit, I like ewedu, so I'm going in with a 2nd spoon actually. So I added ewedu soup, and then I'm gonna add some turkey and chicken stew that I made the previous day. So I'm going in with my turkey and stew, and yeah. If you have enjoyed this video, like I said before, please give it a like. Thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope you make your healthy swallows. If you're trying this, let me know. Beetroot swallow, plantain swallow, carrot swallow. Have fun with the colors, get your veggies in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.